I like Bobby Altoff. She's cool. Like I feel like she's. I don't know. I don't know how people feel about her.
Sometimes an individual's sudden
First
rise
time she
to
like hit the
fame
channel.
leaves the world collectively scratching their heads, particularly when they have no notable skills, no known pre-existing industry connection, and no real personality to speak of either. But
I
somehow
will say this: she does not have any personality. I agree there, but some people like that. You know, there's people that be simping over her, right? Like that's crazy. You know, she has a weird personality. She's not a bad looker. Like so, people do gravitate towards her, and I think most people just wanna, you know, put her in a. Forget it.
none of that
You know what I
stopped
mean.
Bobby Altoff from briefly becoming an online star with the backing of the United Talented Agency.
But if we ever learn anything, Shannon Sharp,
celebrity guests,
Mongolian
Bobby found the formula that for some reason worked, churning out plenty of viral moments along the way. Even if by the end, people were basically just there to see who'd be the next to roast her as she sat there with no conceivable comeback.
Did you ever do an OF?
No.
You wouldn't make much.
I'm insulted.
You'd make a lot of money.
I'm gonna do one just to prove it to you.
What would be your OnlyFans?
Well, I don't know. I heard I could just get people to subscribe and then never actually put anything up.
I'll tell you what I'd pay for if you made an OnlyFans.
I don't want to know.
Oh God.
Andrew.
You just daily putting tape over your mouth. Every day. Just every morning, a different colored tape right over your mouth. I'd pay for that. Fully clothed, outside, nothing sensual, just tape.
But just a little over 2 years from when it all began, she is now staring down the barrel of the end of her career after the views declined and the audience grew weary of her antics.
Camera went dead, y'all. My bad, man. I'm gonna give me a fan. That's it. I gotta do it. My camera went dead, man. We might not even be able to watch this video, honestly. It only died because it got overheated. Sorry about that, y'all.
I will miss doing this podcast, and I will miss the money this podcast brought me.
That's
As
all
you
she
guys
cared
know,
about
this
is money.
podcast started
She
off
said
just with a girl
I
with a
appreciate her
dream to make more
I
money.
appreciate her doing that. Like,
And I knew when I started that it was going to go places. I didn't know I would fall off as quickly as I did. To be honest, I did think this was going to last a bit longer.
But this didn't happen overnight. Instead, it's actually the byproduct of the world gradually souring on not only her persona, but the way the real Bobby had navigated the world in her search for fame.
Yeah, after Drake, it was
It's your boy
over.
Luesta, and this is why Bobby Altoff's fall off is deserved. Long before she was rubbing shoulders with celebrities, Bobby was just a girl from Paris, California, who'd married young. The wife of programmer and senior vice president of CompTIA, Corey Altoff, Bobby decided she wanted more out of life and saw her escape in the
She kept his name.
online world. As a mother of two, she consciously tried to find her way to fame through the life she was already leading.
I think I posted my first video in November of 2020.
And was that planned? Did you think to yourself,
That was a
TikTok
COVID time, bro.
celebrity, here I come?
My son is a COVID baby. I just
And
realized
correct me if
that.
I'm wrong, there was a banana.
Bobby
you dancing.
too. He had like
What's
a COVID
really
baby.
funny is that didn't go viral.
Got married then.
That was just a video I put up
was
that had
bored.
like barely any views.
How many views is a
At
few
the
views?
time, at the time it got 1 million views, but it was
mean,
a slow million.
1 million is a lot of
Yeah.
eyeballs on someone
It
dancing
is.
with a banana.
But around the videos it was surrounded by had like at least 5 million.
But when she didn't get the traction she wanted at first, she spent a while trying to find exactly what it was that would gain consistent traction online.
I created a character of a person who was just only worried about looks. I was like, I only let my daughter wear neutrals. I only let her play with toys that are of the earth and stuff. And like, I think I even called it like a parody of a really bad mom was like my bio at the time. And then I just went, that was it. That was like the start.
And so you found yourself in a world all of a sudden where you had fans.
Yes.
And they were moms.
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly moms.
Yeah.
Moms.
Moms
Yeah, I
got
heard about
it. There's
her-
like
her
some
mom
moms that
stuff.
are like very, no hate to them from me, but are very just into dressing their kids in their aesthetic. So I was just, let me take this a step further and really create that. I was so determined to get my
She's
TikTok page to blow up when I
actually,
tell
when she talks, she's not a bad person. Like, when she puts her persona on, I don't like her. But I don't mean to say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she's not interesting to me. But when she talks like normally, she's
I
cool.
had notes. I was trying so many things. My first videos were like, because I used to be a nanny before I had my baby. I stopped
cool.
because of COVID. My first videos were literally like, how to become a nanny on care.com. Like I was trying every avenue until finally that took off, but I was like, something would take off.
After spending time enlisting her family life as the focus of her content, a bag started coming in.
Big break, I don't know, last July. I was making around like 250 to 300 a year.
1,000.
Yeah.
From brand deals
on TikTok
Wow.
and from the creator
Crazy.
fund and just combined. That was just off of I had 3 million followers before. I mean, yeah, I was doing pretty well for myself. I thought I had like really made it. I didn't know there was
Is
like
she
a
still
level
big on
above that
TikTok?
ever. I was like,
You gotta check.
I did this,
Oh,
guys.
research.
However, once she got a taste of being a self-made woman, she made no secret of where her ambitions lay, and that was in the biggest platform available. And more
Me too.
importantly, the most money she could possibly get her hands on.
The way that my podcast started was that I was like,
She probably cashed out on
250
that
is great
Drake
and all,
cash, and
but
that
it's
was it.
hard to come up with content with just me every day.
$250,000 a
Yeah.
year as an annual income is great and all.
Yes.
It is great.
It is
It's
great. But I was like, this doesn't have longevity, you know? Like it's not what every day I'm having to come up and like go viral. And it's like no matter how long you've been doing it, going viral and
That's true.
being viral is not easy.
You
So
don't.
it's like
So in reality, I'm gonna tell you about content creating, and my success is definitely not based around my knowledge behind it. You know, I would more put it up to my laziness and not being consistent with my content. But consistency is what the key is. But she being viral, you as a content creator, you hope not to be viral. You don't want to be viral because if you cause instead of viral, you'll have 1 million people follow you, but now you have to consistently back that viral up. Even if it takes one video and that video goes crazy, it's all good for your channel. You're gonna make a lot of money, but that stuff is not, like she said, like longevity is not there. So going viral, especially on TikTok, is not hard, not the hardest thing. Actually, it's hard. I'm not gonna say it's not hard because everybody will be able to do it. But if you go viral on TikTok, you have to stay viral. TikTok's algorithm is in the basement when it comes to being viral. You have one crazy video and then you'll have a consistency of, you'll have 1 million view video. And then the next 20 videos is like 7,000 people viewed it. 7,000 views or something like that, which is still good. But it's, you know what I mean? You lose that viral sensation real quick. YouTube, almost the same thing. But if you go viral on YouTube, you'll get more subscribers who will watch your videos, which will make you as a consistent content creator. You can post a video today and that video will get traction all the time. So just
I was still posting 10 videos a day, even when I had my 3 million followers. And
every
some of
video
those
would
videos
get like a certain
completely
amount of
flop and
viewers
get, like,
because
50,000
new
views.
followers
I
are
was
always
just
gonna watch
constantly
the new
having to
stuff.
think, and I was like, the only
That's
thing
just how
that
it
is
is.
so successful every time is collabs. And then I saw this video of a girl talking about how much she made from her podcast, and I think I mentally decided that she made like at least 300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast. So I started it. It was first called So You're Rich.
While her initial attempt to make her own version of Guy Raz's How I Built This never really saw the light of day, Bobby's so-called really good podcast began life when she started offering her followers a
crazy up there.
$300 reward if they could get a celebrity onto her platform. Beginning with comedian Rick Glassman, she established her vague, disinterested approach that basically contradicted everything that an interviewer was supposed to do. However, it was clear that this was a ruse because even that very first interview hinted at a disconnect between the character she portrayed and the woman behind the scenes.
Yeah, she was like, besides two ferns, whatever that guy does, he does it well though.
I saw the comments. You read the comments. You were responding to the comments because you don't have anything better to do with your time but respond to comments under my video.
You know, I was hoping to get to know you a little bit on here, the way we've
Okay.
gotten to know each other off camera. And I see what you're doing.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You want to seem cool. You're like, oh, I want my people to think, what do you call them?
goblins?
Did you come up with that?
Mhm.
And they just went along with it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Do you have a fan army name?
No.
Okay.
You would know that because you stalk me in your free time.
Wow.
You don't have to ask a question.
Yeah,
You
that I don't
answer
like
to.
this part of her.
Okay.
Cringe.
Do you have anything else
Yeah,
you want
I
to
had-
talk about?
I had questions to ask about.
Did you write them down?
Because
No.
I don't. He's a comedian, but you still made him uncomfortable. Crazy.
I remember my stuff.
Women talking down to men is not a good play for them.
Okay, congratulations. You've been doing this for a lot longer.
I don't want to
than
talk to you. You talk down on
me.
men.
I'm
Period.
23.
You're
as a
not
woman.
23.
Don't care who you are.
I think we went over this when we did my podcast. You're like, what?
When you had all my information wrong, when you thought you.
Because if a nigga talk down on you, it's a whole different story.
And how
That's
much
what I'm
money
saying.
I had and what car I drove and my age, and it was all
Sorry,
off.
chat.
Okay, it's not my
I'm a
fault,
little
but
sad.
no one actually cares enough to get that information right about you.
Jesus Christ, you're such a.
Claiming that it's not a real journalistic pursuit and that there's no prep and that's the fun of it, Bobby started gaining attention when she found herself in a room with none other than Funny Marco. And before long, this would lead to a movement that became her biggest break.
But Funny
when she
Marco
found herself
knows how
in
to,
bed with the
you know,
biggest
maneuver
pop
with
star
that.
in the world. He had over 4 million followers at the time, and I only had 500,000. I was like, he's not going to see this. But he had replied like a second later. So I sent the girl $300 and he came on the podcast. Our video together got so many views and Drake liked it. Then he followed me, she recalled. In line with her attention to get rich and quick, Bobby felt she had nothing to lose and asked Champagne Poppy for an interview. I decided to go for it and shoot my shot. I DM'd Drake and asked if he wanted to be on my podcast, and he said yes. He sent me his touring schedule, and I knew that I needed to make it happen fast. So my friend and I flew to Memphis 2 days
like
after
that.
the original DM was sent to record the episode. This interview would become the launchpad where Bobby Altoff went from a name that was only vaguely known on TikTok to suddenly becoming a household name as people marveled at the awkward chemistry that defined their interview in bed.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
I'd do it.
So awkward.
You-
Yo,
Not
Frosty.
It.
I know. I just felt like,
You do it. I asked, am I your type? And you said I do it. It's not funny.
And in an instant, everything changed.
So then
my video with Marco went very
Yes,
viral.
Yeah.
Like,
correct.
very viral. I didn't
That's when I
expect it.
first started. That's
Okay.
when I became aware of you.
Yeah, then Drake liked one of the videos I had uploaded and he followed me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna like shoot my shot to Drake. I don't know how this, I thought the chance of him replying was like a 1%, and then the chance of him saying yes was like 0.000. I was like, there's no way. I said, when are you gonna come on my podcast?
And he just was
He said,
game right
yeah,
away.
he was ready to do it. I flew out there like I think 3 days later.
Wow. And then you're off to the
Why is that
races. Now
wow?
you can kind of
Wait,
get anybody.
why is that wow? It's Drake. He's a human being. I get it. He's busy. It's Drake. How is that a wow?
Yeah.
Yet, as soon as this newfound status
Am I
was
hating,
granted
though?
to her, there were already people who didn't appreciate Bobby's sudden prominence all over their feeds. In
Drake's
fact, they
awkward
found
too,
it a
though. He
little
can be awkward
suspicious.
too. He knows how to
I don't know who
feed
she
off
is,
that.
but the algorithm
Him, Lil
wants me to
Yachty,
know her.
Marco,
Plus,
they did
it
really
didn't
good.
help that she was accused of ripping off the content style
When
of
his camera
Amelia
cuts
de
off, I'm gonna have to
Moldenberg,
stop the
the
video,
British
guys.
star known for Chicken Shop Date. But some people felt there was a big difference between them in terms of intention and execution.
Actually,
Amelia
there's that.
isn't rude. She's flirty, awkward, goofy, and doesn't take herself too seriously. Bobby is condescending, judgmental, standoffish, curt, and inconsistent. But this wasn't the only reason there was a knee-jerk response of disgust towards her. That all started back with the circumstance surrounding the Drake interview, particularly when people learned she sacrificed being there for her daughter's birthday
Crazy.
purely for that opportunity.
I'm just saying,
I flew all the way here
you did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Hmm.
You missed your daughter's first birthday. For
To be here.
dark. Regret that you'll never be able to undo.
Word.
Yeah.
Horrible parent.
You'll never see that. I'm chilling, Frosty. What's good, baby?
Where's your son?
How you?
Somewhere safe, and it's not his birthday.
When's his birthday?
What does it matter? It ain't today.
When Drake calls you a horrible parent, you know you f***ed up. Overall, that episode racked up 1 billion views and 300 million likes. And for someone who was unrepentantly money hungry as Bobby, this must have been like a dream come true.
What?
Even if it did mean that people
Billion?
suddenly felt that there was something underhanded
billion?
going on, to make her such
I
a
think
star.
if you get a
in-
billion views on YouTube, I think that's an easy like 300,000-400,000. If I'm not mistaken, I forgot the percentage.
quick succession.
It's a crazy
but
amount of
this
money.
is something Bobby has always denied. A lot of people assumed I was a nepo baby, which is fine because it makes
I was
sense.
rearranging my room
It's
and
like,
it doesn't
how do
fit.
you get this big
Ooh,
break
them
without
pictures,
having
bro.
people in your family or something that's helping you? I just wanted to be like, no, I'm not, because this was actually hard work. And it didn't come overnight for me. I actually have been working on this for 3 years now, and I've been working since I was 16 years old. I'm very grateful and very lucky, but I also do work hard at what I do, and it didn't come easy by any means. And in the face of skepticism from Keke Palmer,
Ooh,
she
yeah, I
continued
remember
to
this.
maintain that there was nothing untoward going on.
Or then there's always the industry plant gag.
I
You're
know.
not an industry plant, right?
I
Oh.
am, but
So wait, what is the industry plant to you?
I mean, I don't truly like know.
Well, you do feel kind of planty. You got here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Hey, it has been a minute. 20 years. You started so young.
Yes, girl. I've been working hard.
Yeah, I think you're the real industry plant here.
Ultimately,
Oh, wow.
signing to the United Talent Agency and winning Best Emerging Podcast at the iHeart Podcast Awards in 2024 didn't exactly quell those rumors. Still, even with so much going right for her, there was about to be a series of twists in the tale of Bobby's life and career that not only transformed it, but permanently altered the way that the public saw her in ways that she just can't seem to outrun. After only a few months being live on her channel, Bobby deleted the Drake episode of the Really Good Podcast. This was accompanied by them unfollowing one another, an incident which occurred just days after she looked anything but entertained at one of his shows.
And that's a Murphy. Ooh. Send me a picture, bro.
And at the time, it seemed likely that the notoriously sensitive Drizzy took this as an insult, as alongside the unfollowing, he then threw shots at Bobby on 2023's Another Late Night, when he rhymed, "Boost the bitch up, and now she thinks she's really poppin'." Despite this drama, Bobby somehow claimed that they were on good terms and was grateful for the contribution he made to her career.
Wow.
What was the thing? What was the thing that went viral with you and Drake where they're like, the unfollow? What happened with that? Why did he unfollow you?
I guess we'll never know.
When's the last time you talked to him?
A couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
So that's your homeboy for real.
He's a very nice person, and he's definitely, clearly changed the trajectory of, that was a big word.
He did change it.
Changed of my whole career. So either him or Funny Marco, but both of them definitely changed my whole entire life.
People tried to give Bobby a chance, though, man.
Because of who Drake is, you
Kinda blew
know.
it.
Yeah.
Like, I remember him in his Degrassi days. It's like, you know, that interviewing him is going to change your career. Like, it was something I knew would happen. I was like, when it was, before it happened, I was like, and then sitting on the interview for a while was like the craziest thing. Like, I have this interview that I'm going to post, and I'm like, oh my God, just any day now I can post this interview, and it's gonna like change my life, and it did.
Yet, none of that did anything to stop the rumor mill from firing on all cylinders. With rumors that she and Drake had an affair behind her husband's back, picking up enough steam for Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports to decide to broach it with her in the DMs. My girlfriend says you hooked up with Drake and got divorced. I am saying that is not true. I am commenting publicly, but off the record. You're right, that is not true. But still, she kept pushing, with people like Lil Yachty garnering massive views, even as her style remained static.
What are you doing?
I would love to see you at a Pizza Hut takeout one day in 5 years as you're getting your fucking Bentley with your Chanel shades on.
And say the word nigga.
Bobby, that's you. You're like, it's me, nigga.
I'm not gonna say that.
Huh?
I'm not gonna say that. But you can continue.
Okay. It's me, nigga.
I'm not gonna say that. Please don't put words like that in my mouth.
What?
I'm not gonna say that.
Say what? What's up? You wouldn't say what's up? Oh, you wouldn't say it's me. You'd just be like, nigga.
I wouldn't say that. Please don't do that to me.
Do what?
Don't say that I would say that. I wouldn't say that. You know I wouldn't say that.
Around this time, Bobby admitted that she struggled with public perception of her, with some of them struggling to differentiate between where the lines are between her character and the real person. I think a lot of people didn't get that it was a bit, and I still think people don't. Altoff told Rolling Stone, "It's definitely hard having so many people have so many options about everything you do. I think a lot of people think I'm just this mean person who says mean things to people. That's why I'm trying to make sure people know there's a difference between the interview me versus the real me. Podcast Bobby owns her discomfort," she explained. She says what she thinks, and she doesn't care about what people think about her. She leans into the things that people think are stupid about her. With guests, we see what happens. So if the guest is throwing punches, I can throw punches back. If they are super sweet and mellow, then it's like I then feed off that energy. It's like improv. But if she thought it was hard to navigate before, things were about to get a whole lot worse.
Right.
As her real life was about to fall apart in a way that you don't
Yeah,
often
she
see,
fell off, bro.
basically taking her professional momentum with it in the process. In February of 2024,
But she's still
it was
good on
revealed
TikTok,
that
I
Bobby
heard.
and her husband Corey were getting a divorce.
Crazy.
According to the petition, the pair split up on account of irreconcilable differences, with Corey seeking joint legal and physical custody of their 3-year-old and 1-year-old kids. And from the outset, people believed that the timing was a little suspicious.
I am so lucky to be able to co-parent with such an incredible father and person. While our relationship did not work out as husband and wife, we will always be friends and I will always love him.
Yo, why they in the comments and in the blog saying he most definitely watched that Drake video, bro?
Particularly because in the divorce papers, Corey marked the date of the separation as July 4th, 2023, which is the same month that she missed their first daughter's birthday to fly out and record a podcast with Drake. And immediately, people felt like it was all her fault, implying that either the newfound fame had meant that she'd abandoned her old life, or that her alleged liaisons with Drizzy were responsible. And while this didn't help how the world saw her, neither did the fact that she remained fixated on her sudden influx of cash for reasons to break up her marriage in a way that the average person just can't relate to.
See, there has to be a split between what you enjoy and what you want in your life, right? Bobby did not separate the comedy from the actual money hungry grub that she was like really money hungry thing she's doing. She was just always money hungry, and I always noticed that. Like, she would talk to Mark Cuban and talk about like his jet and like, buy me this, buy me that. Like, bro, you got to get out of that persona. That persona doesn't work for people watching you, and most people don't like that when you're just talking about money and that's all you want from a person. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. You don't want to work hard for it. It's like, that's why they call her industry plant.
Perfectly with me getting a lot of money, she declared. Once I knew my career was going to take off, I was okay. When my daughter was 3, I remember it was just, if we are going to do this,
it's all about money
it needs
for
to
her.
be now.
Money,
because our kids won't know.
Her
As
career.
if this didn't already make her
ruin her
comment
life.
sections a minefield, resurfaced video of her
She
going
ended
off
up
at
being
her
in therapy,
husband
from what I understand, bro.
for not making enough cash.
She's still on TikTok.
Was
Yeah, I
seen
know.
as a clear skip by some, and an indication
She
of her
she left the YouTube realm and went to TikTok, but she sometimes does some YouTube. But I noticed that like she got all that money and then it changed her. But it was like, why are you so hungry about money? Like, I understand it changes you. It helps you out, buys you fancy things, but bro, that shit don't cause happiness, bro. People don't understand that.
her true nature by others.
Won't never.
My husband says he's upset with me
They'll
because
give you a
in
little
his
freedom.
words, sweetie, you need to stop spending so much money on DoorDash. Ordering it 3 times a day is not appropriate and we need to start living within our means. Honey, it sounds like you have an income problem, not that I have a spending problem. Start earning more money and we won't have these issues. So I took his credit card that we share and I booked a vacation for my daughter Richard and I. We're staying in a hotel tonight and I hope he enjoys that I charged $8,000 to his credit card. Make more money, darling.
To make matters worse, people persistently claimed that Drake had played a role in the breakup.
Nah,
Even one of her
she didn't do that.
interviewees, unhinged boxer Ryan Garcia, referenced it alongside claiming he had his own romantic moment with her. I kissed Bobby, it was cool. She's a pretty good kisser. Bobby Altoff fucked Drake, and that's why she got a divorce. She's cool. But for all that this tanked her public image, the party girl reputation Bobby would soon acquire would establish the narrative that she basically abandoned her family
Damn.
to instead live the life of a Hollywood starlet.
Damn.
In podcast episodes after the divorce, she spoke of her desire to be promiscuous after her marriage crumbled.
I never saw that video.
Divorced. I have 2 kids. The last thing I want to be is divorced with 2 kids and 30. That's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
But we're gonna be 30. We have 2 more years left.
I know.
I have 3.
So what you doing for these 2 years? You gonna be a...
I have to do a yeah. Maybe I will.
I don't know. You said you married young and you have your 2 kids already and you're divorced. Isn't that what divorced people do after that?
Just sleep around and have fun. I
Yeah.
feel like I haven't been yet, but I might have it in me a little bit.
At the same time, she was suddenly being carried out of bars while hanging
Damn.
around athletes and rappers.
Bobby being carried out by a man looking just very limp. The man was later identified as Sean, who carried Bobby outside of the bar, sat with her outside with her in his arms, and then in the video you see an SUV picking both of them up.
She has her kids part-time. And she did what she had to do, man. She had to make that money. That's wild. Why is he lifting her up like that?
Ever since, her comments have been flooded with people rinsing her for constantly going out on town rather than looking after her kids. Eventually, it got so bad that she captioned her since-deleted photo dump of her trip to Miami with, "Before any of you motherfuckers start, my baby is literally on my boob as I type this. F off." Although she tried to defend herself, the collective disdain that the public felt for her meant that before long, her views started to dip, and people began to speculate that it was the end of the line for Bobby's buzz. She sold her soul for 15 minutes. It's over now. In fact, she was regarded with such anger that people began to only tune in when she was the only one getting insulted, not the other way around.
Oh, wow.
Like when she got absolutely bodied by Offset.
Yeah, that was
made you
crazy.
put boots with shorts on like a day where it's 100 degrees outside, and then a giant jacket?
So why did I do that? Because you're not going to do it. That's the reason why I get dressed. I dress the way that you won't dress, because you don't get it. You don't get the language. You don't get, you know what I'm saying? So this is my style. You have yours, right?
Understand, you don't have to be so mean.
I'm not being mean. I'm not being mean. It's just you don't get it. So I'm very passionate about the people that don't get it, because they need to get it, because they dress like you and then they be lost.
Well, you wanted to be on here.
Huh?
You wanted to be on my podcast.
Why you keep saying that cap ass shit, man? I honestly didn't even want to do this shit. I'll do interviews. You heard, you already told me you looked me up. I'm walking out on bullshit. I'm you because they're making me.
Did you enjoy this interview? Would you recommend it to a friend?
Hell no.
This became an increasingly common sight as interviewees began to understand what to expect from Bobby and how to deal with her. After all,
I think what
she's
she
a woman
did,
who
men
prides
do all the
herself-
time. What do you mean, Chiki? Elaborate. She's a person. We all mess up.
on not being good at her job.
Yeah, we all mess up.
This is a
Not
lot
publicly
of work. Let me
though.
just go in there and
I mean,
it's so much work.
I think again, her whole persona changed when she focused so much on money, and her interview process was just about money and rappers buying her stuff and people buying her stuff and buying her own jets. That's all she claimed to want, right? So
I love it.
you put yourself in that area, even if you're doing like a, I think her whole skit was to be funny and like dry humor, which worked with Funny Marco, but you got to know who to do it with, right? I think if she did it with Funny Marco, she did it with Yachty, which worked very well. She did it with Drake, which worked very well. And then I think it was like somebody else that she did it with, but it didn't work as much. I think it was Mark Cuban or somebody. It was somebody else famous, and they were just like, "What is this?" You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? But she has to pick and choose who her audience likes and who they rock with, who they, you know what I mean? There's certain things that she does is funny. But then you go from that, the dry humor, to buy me something, do this. You know what I mean? It's like you got to start planning your podcast, because you can't just go in there and not say nothing. You know what I mean?
Before I walk in, and then that's what I have.
That's what you do.
She said what she wanted and
but
went for
eventually,
it. Yeah,
it started affecting her business as both
yeah,
the
she
devices.
did. She did. So, I'm sorry, if you're married, you don't ask another person, "Am I your type?" That's just
Public and lack of commitment to any comedic craft didn't help her tour with Funny Marco either. Things got so
Just
bad
saying.
that Marco made the decision to abruptly pull various
She
shows.
owed- in that
believing
sense, she
the
owed her
crowds
husband,
weren't
right? Like,
getting
she
a
should
show
not have
worthy
said
of the
that.
money they were paying for.
I
You don't
did
ask
stand-up
that dumb
before,
question.
and I'm still doing it. So I understand. I'm learning how to entertain a crowd, and it's not the same thing that you get on Instagram. This is real life, where people are going to look and they want the energy and they want the feeling. And I feel like Bobby was stiff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey man,
That's just a sign to be
work
single.
on
You know
this.
what I mean?
and
Like,
I
you don't
paid
tell
script writers like, let's really
another
get them
person
a
while you're
show.
married.
And where she told me, that's not me.
Am I your type?
Bobby was
That's
like,
crazy.
my
Why
comedy
do you care?
is me not talking a lot. And I'm like, this is different.
Yeah.
Like, you can do that on the podcast, but in real life, this is different. So her comedy was different.
But I
from what
agree. She
said,
went what she
from
went for.
what
What
she
she
wants
went
to bring
for.
to the show. But I just don't
That's
agree
all.
with it.
Now she got her money.
You feel me? The same way she probably don't agree with what I do. So you're not wrong for how you feel. It was just like, it was hurting me. Because I know people are paying their hard, like it could be their last money. It could be, they don't care about it. Like, I got the money. But again, if you don't pay to see something twice, I don't want to do it again. I wanted it to get better, but Bobby was just in her ways of doing it how she wanted to do it. And I was in my ways to do it how I want to do it. So nobody's in the wrong.
And for someone who transparently valued money over integrity like Bobby, this couldn't have made much sense. And instead of acknowledging his concerns, she basically said that there was nothing she could do about them.
during this tour, I'm trying my best every time I'm telling
Why
him,
is
like,
she on a
Marco,
ledge,
he's like, you
bro?
need to do this, you need to do that. And I'm like, Marco, I'm trying my best, but like, it's hard for me to get out of my comfort zone of like, I have social anxiety, like debilitating social anxiety. That's why this whole thing of me is not fully a character. I actually am socially awkward. I'm socially awkward. It's embarrassing. I don't want to be, so I lean into it.
Even with this setback, Bobby continued to try and gradually evolve a little. During an episode with Annalie Chapa, she even showed a rare moment of vulnerability where the real her came to the surface.
At 14?
Yeah.
I was
14. What were you doing?
I was just in high school. I just started high school. I was just going to school. Oh, I tried to kill myself when I was 14.
Wow.
Can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
can. It's a safe space with me. I ain't gonna judge you. I tried to kill myself before too.
When you're 14?
That's deep.
12.
Oh.
No. I'm fucking with
That's young.
No,
Life was still okay
But
then.
I tried before though. I wasn't 14 though. Damn, you tried to kill 14?
Damn.
Yeah, you were.
I ain't gonna lie, I did
That's
not try to
tough.
kill myself at 14, but I ain't really give a fuck about life at 14.
Mm,
I think both is valid.
Yeah.
At 14,
14's
I was,
hard.
Huh?
14's hard. You were just 14 like 7 years ago,
Why you
right?
try to do that to yourself?
That's
Because I
crazy.
didn't want to live.
I'm so glad you didn't do that.
Why? You
Because
wouldn't.
look at you now.
You wouldn't.
She was briefly considered
Good question. Do you
influential,
think Bobby
with
Altoff
DJ
is doing
Vlad
hip-hop?
even speculating
Yeah.
that she should be on the
Wow.
hip-hop media power list.
Great
But to
answer.
do this would overlook the fact that she never acknowledged any fandom of hip-hop or actually delved into anything about them, besides the fact that they were famous.
Who's your profile picture on Instagram? Is that your dad?
What?
Person on your Instagram page?
It's Lil Wayne.
Who's that?
Stop this.
Who's Lil Wayne?
Stop this.
Making me a Lil
that's
Wayne
he's
song?
playing that.
Absolutely no way.
Capping.
I refuse. If you don't know who it is, I won't play it.
But just as hip-hop provided her platform in the first place, it continued to be the lane where she found the greatest success, and when a Sukihana interview provided a meme.
But that's why I'm interviewing.
I like
you
this
today,
interview,
so I can get to
actually.
know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
I like
I'm
this
not a
one.
musician. I make music. I make
I-
music, and that's not
They,
all I do.
they are polar opposites. Suki was crazy. They are polar opposites. Hold on, my camera went out, y'all. Oh my god. Sukihana were polar opposites. Like I don't know where Suki's from. I don't know her history, but I would assume, like, you know, from we you know, we got a little ghetto-ness to us, right? But bro, the Sukihana interview was hilarious. I watched that one with a smile on my face the whole time, bro. That joint was funny. I thought it was a skit, right. It was hilarious, dude.
I make music. I act. I'm a
She's from
TV
Florida?
star too. A young.
They still do video. They
really quick.
and they compliment each other so well too. It's kind of crazy. Like, I think Suki was like, yo, like it was a good interview. I actually enjoyed that interview. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever.
Magician.
That's what I think you think I said. I said
I
musician,
think
not
what-
magician.
I don't think.
As the video did the rounds on the internet, Bobby and
Yo.
Suki sought to harness that, with the chemistry between them and hype created by that viral moment, looking capable of sustaining excitement for
And I love that they realized that and they capitalized on that money together. You know what I mean? See, that's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. I like that for her. I like that for both of them, actually.
In fact, she became
It
one
was
of the
like
only
yin and yang over there.
repeat
They
guests
was
to
doing
the
their
show,
thing.
as her appearances garnered more views than the average episode.
How
Right.
tall are you?
I'm
She should. I'm sorry, I keep cutting it, stopping it. Yeah, my bad. But she should definitely look into streaming with Suki or somebody like that. You know, she would be a great streamer in my opinion, because people will come over, right, and it's live. So I think like a lot of I don't know if that's what the content should be based on, but she could do a lot of work, man, with IRL streaming, bro, and just chatting, dude.
I thought 6'6".
You on TikTok together? Word?
That's my biggest song.
I gotta
That's
check
why
him out.
People like me because I said that in my song.
That's a crazy thing to say.
But it's the truth because we're tiny and we're short, just like
Oh,
you're short.
don't put me in that.
You are short, 5'6".
Yeah.
Girl, you think you a stallion? But you 5'6".
I do not think
I did
I'm
not
a
know
stallion.
you
I
was 5'6".
just.
So you do not stand 5'6". Okay, let me stand by it.
What do I look like to you?
I thought you were like my height. Well, you know I always wear heels. Okay. You can't be 5'6", girl.
I am.
No, literally.
Then you're not 5'1" or whatever
I'm
you
5
said.
foot.
You're
Oh,
not.
Okay, you have heels, like the things are like heels.
But subsequent appearances didn't create the same magic, and increasingly, it seemed like the public simply had enough of what Bobby was selling. With later episodes of the podcast, such as those with veteran comedian Mark.
I also think she was trying to find an avenue of where she was trying to go. I think the Sukihana way was the best way. Like, right? Like, I don't know. She could have got like a Glorilla next, right? Like Megan Thee Stallion, you know, the hood rap music. You know what I mean? I think if she would have dealt more with females than men, I think niggas wouldn't be trying to like bash her. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what it was. It was like she did so much better. She did much more better content with women than she did with men. That's just my opinion. I think Funny Marco was the only one that was really like crazy funny. And then because Marco's dumb, he does the same thing. And Drake was cool and Yachty was good. Offset violated. Like I think Offset went too hard on her. Like he he went crazy. I didn't like that one. So I was like, this is real cringe because they were both like, he didn't want to be there. She didn't want to be there. Mark Cuban, I didn't like that one either. But I like the other ones. I like the Drake. I like the but Sukihana was my favorite one for sure.
And a dedicated fan episode not even cracking 40K
Wait, what's his
views.
job?
And soon they rejoiced as she cried over the downfall of a situationship.
And then I got lonely, met a guy around Thanksgiving. And I think things moved really fast. I don't know. I thought it was fucking fate.
Andrew
Clearly
Santino?
it wasn't. It was really
And I didn't like the
sweet,
one with Ryan
really
Garcia.
thoughtful.
Didn't like
he
that one.
did.
Because he was doing
He
stupid
just
shit.
was very thoughtful. And I think that
That had me roll. I gotta look at that one.
raised the bar for me, which sometimes sucks because then it's like, fuck. I didn't want the bar to be raised at all, but nevertheless, it didn't work out. He broke up with me. Then he ended his breakup. Then I broke up with him. And then when I tried to undo my breakup, there was no undoing it.
Damn.
He was done. So, yeah, that's the tea.
And when the internet basically convinced that she was an absent parent, she tried to ward off the usual criticism at the same time. But to say that it didn't help matters is an understatement. She looked around and found out. She had a family till she started doing her weird podcast, Are We Supposed to Care? Now convinced that she might never find love. She later admitted during an episode with Lil TJ that she feels she's following in her mom's footsteps by having a failed marriage.
See, when this guy, what's his name? The person narrating this right now, Lou Extras, you gotta also understand when you're narrating this shit's the internet, bro. Like, people write dumbest shit ever. I'm gonna do a video about like my worst comments. I'm gonna have to like bring them together and let's react to them. But my worst comments ever on my YouTube channel, because people will write the most insignificant thing to try to get under your skin, and it's up to you to let them do that, right? So all these comments, I think they're all bots, bro. Like, honestly, it's just people just trying to make your day worse because their lives is miserable, bro. Honestly.
I thought I would be married forever, so.
So she was out on the golf course?
I didn't think
I
that
didn't see
was
it.
happening.
I gotta check
Kids
it
in a
out.
broken home, but it happened. I judged my mom a lot for doing that. She had 2 baby
Yeah, that's
daddies,
sad, bro.
and I
Like,
was
people will try to
and then
ruin
I
you just
got
because
divorced,
they
and
just want
if
to
I
write
have more
something
kids,
mean.
I'll have 2 baby daddies.
It's
and
crazy because I made a video about like just a quick take. I made a video about a phone, like a Samsung phone, the new Galaxy Z Fold, right? And how I didn't like the Z Fold at first because it wasn't an iPhone, and it wasn't just that, right? I was coming from a perspective of a consumer, not a freaking tech whiz, knowing every single detail of the phone and knowing that how to use a Samsung again. Like I used to use Samsung 2 years ago, but nobody thought in that process, right? But people literally go on the internet just be like, oh, this is the review, it's trash, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, it's not even a review. This is just my personal experience with the phone. It's not a review. I'm not giving you specs. You gotta know what a review is. A review is like something you're literally telling people about the product. I'm not telling you about the product. I'm telling you how I feel about it. That's all. I'm just venting. So when I see stuff like that, comments, I laugh because I'm like, and then I make another video and the same motherfucker act like he didn't watch me the day before, and he's like, oh, hey, how you? I like that, because I'm saying something positive about the phone. Like, bro, what are we doing here? So the internet is literally filled with fucking sensitive ass people that go up and down in their mental state. You know what I mean? And it's fine, but you keep that shit away. You get that shit away from some people. Cause I was laughing the whole time. It was, how do you go from negative in one video and then 2 days later I post a positive video about the device, and you then go to a positive state like we didn't just talk. It's so stupid, bro. It's so dumb. And I learned from those days, Frosty, is like those days were like division days were just like
Kinda
not even
crazy.
worth it, you know what I mean? But I learned from them. So.
Nah, it's life though.
Made me better to
Like
understand
I
that
said
this
it's
shit
life,
is
don't
just.
think about it like that. You tried.
I tried.
Food,
I failed, but I tried. That's what matters.
And clearly, she is having issues with the way that the public sees her, getting heated and basically breaking character when Drewski suggested that she was sleeping around.
And then or maybe the girl lied about the Plan B pill that she took and she never took it.
Yeah.
You ever lied about taking a Plan B?
No, I can't say that I have. Because I've never
You ain't
had.
never slipped it under your tongue, faked it, showed them,
Why
and then
would
tried
I
to spit
want?
it out?
I think the last thing in the world I want is to have multiple babies.
There's girls out here doing that shit, man. They be faking taking that Plan B. Next thing you know, they having a kid. There's a lot of girls fake taking Plan Bs.
You think
I
that
want to
me?
make sure. No, I want to make sure you're not one
Listen
of
to
those.
me right now. I have one baby daddy. Do you think I want multiple?
So you pop them Plan Bs like perks.
No, you dummy.
You be popping them Plan Bs
Cause children.
like a Tic Tac. Yeah.
I've never taken a Plan B in my life.
Stupid.
You ain't never took no Plan B?
No.
They help.
I've only had 2 kids that I wanted to have.
Oh, okay. And then you were just celibate after that.
No, you can do other things. You can get an IUD.
Ain't the IUD the shit that you like the next day after you drink?
A DUI.
Still, she denied the assertion that she was fixated on money when appearing on Neon's stream.
I feel like you're very high maintenance. Like,
Oh, okay.
like whoever's
Yeah.
dating, you got to make at least.
And that was, see what I'm saying? Like, Neon is an idiot. This kid's an idiot. I'm sorry. He was always an idiot. But the funny thing about this right here is that he heard something on the internet and he ran with it. And that's what she gave out. Yeah, I can't stand him. But she gave out that. So he heard it on the internet because everybody's, oh, she's just fixated on money. And then he heard that and now he's repeating it. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like this idiot. You know what I mean? But that's the persona she gave in the first place. So I think, like, again, I felt like if she would have did something with Jasuki, like all the female rappers, and then like maybe move on to the males and like, but approach them differently than when you approach the girls. Because obviously you have a different persona. Like with my boys, I'm all huggy. But with the ladies, I'm like, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, you know what I mean?
$500K a month.
What looks high maintenance about my?
Because you're a high class woman. You're a.
But he's assuming
you're a high class
something.
female.
He doesn't even fucking know.
I'm not $500,000 a month maintenance.
Even though in other
$500,000 a
interviews,
month.
she made it
Crazy.
evident that it's where her focus resided.
I didn't grow up with money. I am on a lifelong
You want
journey to
money.
get money. I love that I'm able to take care of my family. I love
money's nice.
It's amazing.
Loathed by much of the public and ignored by many others, the announcement of her podcast's demise came as a shock when people felt there was still money to be squeezed from it.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya?
But
Going
people
through
are
right
already
there.
speculating that it's part of a rebrand. Bobby has insisted it's no stunt. Please say JK, it's really over. But while former guests like Ruby Rose seem to be sad that it's going, she's finding little to no sympathy from anyone else. Instead, her claims
How
that
was
she
that
didn't expect
interview?
to fall off so fast are basically being treated as a cautionary tale for why you don't trade in everything that counts to pursue.
How was the Bobby and Ruby Rose interview? Did she do an interview with her? Or did she just like have her on for like a guest quick, you know, hey,
fame. This is what happens when you leave your family to chase clout. Ultimately,
see, same, this is a bot, bro. The same guy saying the same thing, bro. I didn't watch it. I didn't see that one. Okay. I gotta watch that. I wanna see these episodes of Bobby. I like Bobby. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like, this is all like, why do people like this exist on the internet? Why you reading this? 418. Like, insignificant imbecile. But this is a type of comment that would get so much attention from people. That's my guy, bro.
It's hard to believe she has nothing else up her sleeve when Bobby uprooted her whole existence purely to try and make it in the entertainment
Men
world.
simp for her, by the
But
way.
with
Like,
so
people
much
like
of
her,
the
like,
public
you know what I mean?
openly despising her, it's no surprise that the best thing she could do right now is step away. The only question that remains is if a rebrand could work, or if the audience has already become so jaded by the sight of her and how they view her personal decisions that anything she tries
Crazy.
from here on out is bound to yield diminished returns.
Anyways, yo, that's what I'm gonna do for the video. I appreciate you guys coming through and watching this video with me. Remember to smash the like, hit the sub if you're new to the channel. I definitely don't think that Bobby Altoff is the problem here. I think just the angle that she was trying to approach it was the problem. And on top of that, you got internet trolls making shit worse, and it's just piling on. Like, the same guy said the same thing 30 times. Oh, that's what happens when you leave your family, or you gotta take care of your family. That's all these little keyboard warriors would say when they don't have any experience in that realm. They don't have any experience in marriage. They don't have any experience in having a child. Nothing. They got nothing going for them. They're sitting there after just using their lotion, commenting because they've drained themselves, and then they're coming and commenting something negative. That's exactly how I visualize people who are negative on the internet. That's who they are to me. They are literally people that just drain themselves, jerk their chicken, and that's if they're men, right? And because you don't really see females attacking people. Like, I won't see a female in my comment attacking me on some shit I said, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't see that happening. I see another guy though who ain't getting none, who ain't draining his joint, and he's gonna come and try to get at me and be like, yo, shut up, bro. I can change her. I like it, so I'm not judging her. We don't know what her husband was doing. Oh, I almost heard her meme come out. You did almost hear me come out. But I just don't like that people do that on the internet, man. So keep that shit to yourself, bro. Honestly, nobody cares about your comment. You're just trying to get likes, and it's all that shit is farming for like attention. You know what I mean? It's worse than you're doing it on the internet behind a screen, not under your real name. You're not showing anything about yourself. You have no fucking history on the internet. It's kind of crazy to me, like, that you can just write what you want to write. I think the internet's kind of broken in that sense, right? Like, I don't fuck with the internet with that. That's why I stay off it. And when people comment negative shit, I just leave it there. I leave it there to remember this person's face. So that way, if when they do come into another video of mine and they say some next shit, that's the same person that just said this shit. What are you doing? But most people feel like they can change her. And Bobby Altoff is not an ugly person, so I will never call her ugly. You know, she's an attractive young lady, and you know, a lot of people are gravitating towards that white girl mellowed down persona because everybody thinks they can do what? They can change her. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate the love and support.